Hey, what's up YouTube? So today I wanted to make a quick video on NBEV. The goal for these videos that I'm making is to teach you guys how to make your own decision about these stocks. I'm showing you my thinking process, so that way you can apply it whenever you're buying stocks and you can think of your own buy and sell prices. Don't just rely on what I say. Try to just follow my logic and the things I'm using on this trading platform called thinkorswim. You guys can download this for free. There's a lot of cool tools you can use on here, and you're going to see me use these tools and make a decision on these stocks. And I want you guys to try to incorporate that into your own thinking so you can make your own decisions on when to buy and sell stocks. If you see here, I have a bunch of blue and red lines. I have a video on support and resistance lines, and that's the main key when you're buying these stocks, is to make your own support and resistance lines to figure out what are good buy and sell prices. Yeah, but you can just check that out later. I'm just going to focus on the NBEV stock right now. So if you guys look here, so this date around here when the stock last rose to this very high price range, this was around October 12th, and the reason why the stock went up, we can just check the PRs really quickly. So if you look here, these are all the PRs for NBEV. The stock started shooting up, right? Once some good news came out about its CBD, its chief financial officer, stock shot up to this above this this line I have here, to this trading range. But the stock started dying down, and it started dying down after the 16th. So let's look at the news. On the 16th, this news came out here. You can go read this for yourself. It is not a bad PR. So you don't need so having constant good PRs doesn't always keep the price up. It has its limits on how much it can grow, and a stock doesn't fall just because a bad PR comes out. A stock usually falls after a good PR too, because people sell on the news. People buy the hype when the stock is potentially going to go up because of the news, and once the news comes out, they tend to sell. So my main point here is that there's no bad news that released in any of this time that causes price to fall back down. It fell back down because the news came out and people sold after the news came out, and it proceeded to fall into this trading range. And after it did, it took a slight bounce back up here to this trading range, but it didn't hold for long. It held up here for a day and fell and fell and fell. It fell down to this range first. As you can see right here, this range is between 4.4 and 5.5. That's the first range it fell between. The sells, people started buying it at around 4.4. It hit a high of again around 5.5, and then it proceeded to fall into this trading range, and it fluctuates and it just stays in this range mostly. So this is the current stock today. Right here you can see this is when the Farm Bill news came out. So the stock shot up into this trading range again because of Farm Bill news. The Farm Bill is signed, the news is done, the news is out. So what's going to happen is the same thing that happened here. There's no bad PR out, but sell-off is going to happen because people are just selling on the news. The news already came out, the stock already hit its limit here. The two limits I have set for this stock are 6.6 and 7.25. Those are the areas where the stock tends to show very strong resistance and not be able to push above. So Farm Bill news showed that this 6.6 area is where it won't go past this. It went up a little bit, obviously, as you guys can see here, but this is generally where it stayed around, and the news is done, so the stock is dropping. What potentially might happen here? Potentially the chance for the stock to see an upturn like it did in the past isn't that high, because the reason the upturn happened, it happened around the 16th. If you go look at the PRs, an article came out that caused that rise again. So the original article that caused it to shoot up happened around the 10th. Another article happened that made it shoot up around the 16th, and then it started to die down into the trading range that it's trading into now. If no good PR comes out, there's a very good chance that it won't go see this upturn, and it'll just fall back into the following trading range underneath it. but eventually this is going to be the new trading range, so you should be aware of this. If you bought very high, close to the 6.6 area, you should try to cut your losses. Maybe try to sell on Monday if there is a bounce before this starts trading in this area again, waiting for a very good PR to come out. This is all just based on what I'm showing you here. This is all just based on past data, what the stock tends to do. And so yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Leave a comment if you think something else different might happen, what your perspective on this is. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good luck trading.